Okay, today we're going to have a look at my skull collection. And we will start with this poor little fellow who was a blackbird, and unfortunately he was killed by a cat. He was a father. It's a tragic story actually. He had a nest and some babies, and then he was sleeping one night and a cat got him, and I found the feathers, and then I eventually found the body. And so I wanted a bird skeleton, and he was put to good use. So I did actually remove. I've still got the body. I've just attached the head for anatomy study, but yeah, I was happy to get the eyeball. Still, that eyeball's damaged in the fight, but this eyeball with the ring, whatever it's called, the little bone ring, is still there, which is excellent for placing the eye. So he lives on in my collection. And then I sort of regretted actually taking the skeleton out. I probably should have kept the bird because it was dried and it was relatively preserved. But I had another blackbird skeleton I was trying to put together, so I wanted this other skeleton to help me with that. And it's alright. I've got another bird since then, but that's my blackbird skull. So that's not cleaned or anything, but that's literally I just stripped that myself because I didn't want to dissolve the eye and all that stuff. And I've got this. Then I've got some purchase skulls. So these are animals that are harder to find dead in your backyard or down a reserve. I have a cat. So these are professionally done. It's fallen off his stand. Come on. So I've got this is of course, domestic cat. And this comes from a feral cat cull in Australia. I think it's an organised cull of them. So too successful against the stupid native fauna here. And yeah. Why are you not going back together, you little feral cat? I've got to understand because the head doesn't actually. I made a little prop because if you're trying to study this stuff for art, it's the head angle is more like that. It'll sit naturally, banked backwards, but that's not how it actually sits on the animal because it's looking with its predator eyes to kill some stupid native animal in Australia. And we shouldn't be too harsh on the marsupials here. They just never had any competition not for quite a while. Alright, so I've got next I've got this is my European hare, and pretty happy with him, so I bought him as well. I got 3 from the same place. I got hare and the cat and what's coming up. So that's my hare. Really, in the end, I realised I could have bought rabbit head. Actually, no. Yes, rabbit head. They sell them, so dogs can chew on them. I think it was rabbit head, but I wanted the hare anyway. So anyway, it was much easier to get these things in the old days, just in natural ways. People would sell rabbits to eat, so you could just get the guy come to your door with rabbits, and there you are. Here's my fox, who also made his way down to Australia and ended up dead. But that one serves as my canine, my basic canine skull at the moment. My skull collection it needs to be extended, but I need to get some herbivores and other things, but they get quite pricey actually. Okay, then we move back to birds, and these are my European prized corvids. So I have my carrion crow. I got this and a couple of others from somebody in Britain who was a real idiot, because they posted them with basically no packing material, just like tissues, and it's lucky it survived. That's my carrion crow. That's my prize skull, that one, because that's the same kind of, basically the same proportion as the Australian raven in my video, so that's what the skull is like up close. And then I have these ones the guy clearly just found and cleaned a bit, but I had no choice but to pay probably too much for them, because I couldn't get them here. So here's my rook. This one's my European magpie, which I'm not sure if this is a juvenile or not, but buying online's risky, isn't it? So I paid too much for those, but I sort of had to get them. And the problem with these ones is because they were found, they don't have the bone connecting the jaw to the head, just in there. There's 2 bones, one on each side, and that's a bit annoying. So those are my corvids. I really want a parrot. I've got parrots everywhere around here, but I've never found a dead one. So maybe one day. And this is my German man, which he was a hitchhiker, and basically I was looking for a skull, so I started picking up hitchhikers and finally found this German guy, had a nice head, took him for a drive, and went to the woods, and the rest is history. So I managed to get my skull, I've just had to. He's got plasticine on this side because I was actually trying to put an eye in there of the exact proportions of an eye, and so he's a bit of a mess at the moment. But yeah, this is actually from some German company, medical supplies. And it's been pretty good to me, because getting human skulls is very difficult, particularly when you, in the old days you really could just get hitchhikers and do that, but these days with the CSI type technology it's much riskier to do that, so you're probably better off getting the plastic resin one. And that's about it. I've got a possum, but couldn't be bothered getting it out. I have a few more. Possum was found dead, so unfortunately part of the skeleton's missing. That was, I didn't get quite all of it, but it was an old death site, that one. So, and yeah, I'm looking to get. I really want to get some hooved animals and hooved mammals, and really I kind of need. I need to get a raptor bird and like a fowl, like a duck. I realise you can get duck heads as animal chewy bits, so I might get some of them. And you can get lamb heads, so that's how I might get a couple of other animal skulls, but otherwise you have to buy them, and yeah, people charge pretty stupid prices for these things now. I need a deer as well. I need a deer. So yeah, there we are. Hope you enjoyed that. Dead collection, and maybe I'll show you some skeletons I've got next time. Some mummified bits and pieces.